Hello and welcome back to the Wrestle Debate, and today we are looking at who could be the ninth and final entrant in the casino ladder match at tomorrow night's Double or Nothing. So the first 8 competitors have been announced. Can't remember who exactly is in it, but it includes the likes of Darby Allin and Frankie Kazarian, Ray Phoenix, I believe. And today we're going to look at who the ninth person is after it's confirmed by AEW that it was a mystery. So here are 8 possible contenders. Number 8, Brian Cage. Brian Cage recently revealed on his Instagram story that he is cleared for action following a bicep tear, and before he succumbed to it, he'd all but signed for AEW. He was supposed to be at Double or Nothing last year, and there isn't really too much preventing it from happening this year. Could Tony Khan have been put off by his injury? Unlikely, but possible. But I still think this is a pretty likely option. Number 7, Christopher Daniels. After Christopher Daniels' impressive performance on Dynamite a few weeks back against Brody Lee, he surely is on good terms with AEW at the moment and maybe in line for a well overdue push. So why can't it come here? I definitely think he's quite likely to get into the match somehow because of how impressive he's been. So definitely think this is a possibility. However, would AEW go for someone that's already on the roster when they do have names such as Drew Gulak as a free agent at the moment, Chris Hero? It seems unlikely, but I definitely think Christopher Daniels could be in line for a push soon. Number 6, Drew Gulak. After Drew Gulak's shock exit from WWE over the weekend, surely this would be an incredible opportunity that AEW can't pass by, having a WWE superstar who left less than a week earlier and fought in a match which was the best on the show with Daniel Bleeding Bryan on their biggest show of the year. Surely AEW can't pass this opportunity up. I mean, it would be massive. Drew Gulak would be perfect for AEW. There's no compete clause as he was out of contract. It just makes total sense. And I really could see AEW doing something like this. It would definitely give us something to talk about. He may not win it, but it would certainly be one of the main talking points if they managed to get a former WWE guy who left so soon in the company. Number 5, Ricky Starks. Having announced his decision to leave the NWA following the expiration of his deal there, the video revealed that a narcissist played with self-doubt and maintaining his eye-catching form on NWA Power, a superstar that certainly looks like he would fit in well on AEW with the likes of MJF and people like that. He would definitely be a great wrestler. Not many people would have heard of him, but once they get to know him, a bit like MJF and Sammy Guevara, I would say, I think he'd become one of the most popular stars in AEW, and it would be really good to have another heel character like that, because AEW is so great with characters like that. But is he a big enough name to be a mystery entrant? I don't know. I think he might end up in AEW at some point, but maybe not in this role. Number 4, Jeff Cobb. As we already know from his match with Jon Moxley in February, AEW are very interested in the signature of Jeff Cobb, and no doubt he'd be a great signing for AEW. Had a brilliant match with Moxley, and it would just make total sense with most of wrestling on hold at the moment for his debut, and who knows, it could be the start of our AEW Ring of Honor partnership, and who wouldn't love to see that, let's be honest. So yeah, the only concern is, will he really be a main event player in AEW? So I can't see him winning this match, but I definitely think it'd be a great place to properly debut him, and it would make him feel a bit like a star. Number 3, Pac. AEW have definitely been missing Pac ever since this whole pandemic started, and he's been over in the UK, and I'm sure they're desperate to get him back. But unfortunately, this just seems very, very unlikely because Pac is stuck in the UK, and with travel restrictions everywhere, I doubt we'll be able to get into the US. And I imagine, I don't know if they have to do a 14-day quarantine in the US like they have to do here in the UK, but it just seems very, very unlikely they would have been able to got him in on time. So I can't see this happening, but boy, would it be good. Number 2, CM Punk. I mean, this would be brilliant. Think of all the pay-per-view buys it will make. Think about how much AEW would be in the news. It would be a genius masterstroke for the company. It's not going to happen because he doesn't want it to happen, and it probably never will happen. But oh well, we'll keep on talking about it until it does happen, but it's not going to happen. And this is my pick for who I think it will be. The others were in random order. I did think about Drew Gulak, but I think this man's probably the favourite. Number 1, Chris Hero. I can just see it happening. His stint as Cassius Ono really didn't go well. Ever since CM Punk recommended him for the Shield, he's just been stuck in NXT, giving guys the rub. But I think this time he's really could do good things in AEW. He obviously knows Cody, the Bucks, and Omega from his stint on the Indies, and I think he'd be able to do really great things and revitalise his career. And I definitely think he'll end up in AEW, so I think it will be Chris Hero. I probably will be wrong, but that's my prediction. And that is it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Link to Twitter for daily wrestling news in the description below. Subscribe to my other channels on the screen. Bye.